Today is January 31st, and we're reading Esther 8 and Romans chapter 3 in the Robbie Murray McShane plan. Esther 8 is a story of the culmination that a new law is now written, giving the Jews permission to defend themselves against their attackers, and everything is turned around. They are successful. This book is full of subtext showing God is behind the scenes, caring for his people. But one of the things we must remember is that part of the reason they're still in Persia is that they didn't go home to Israel when God commanded them to. They're not really obeying the law throughout this book, but God is using even their sin to place them in a perfect place to be used by God. Romans 3 then continues with those truths because it contains some of the most foundational truths for the Christian faith. The law of God shows us what we should do, and that because of sin's corrupting and destroying influence on our hearts, none of us can do it right. Romans 3:19 says, now we know that whatever the law says, it speaks to those who are under the law, so that every mouth may be stopped and the whole world may be held accountable to God. For by the works of the law, no human being will be justified in his sight, since through the law comes knowledge of sin. Everyone should care about this because as it's a new year, we can't even keep our own laws or our New Year's resolution, let alone God's. And we're like, why? Why can't we? Because there's something wrong in us. There's something that's been corrupted, that sees the standards that have been set, that we set, and just doesn't even want to do it. The righteousness of God thus must come through not works and actions, but faith. Verse 21, now the righteousness of God has been manifested apart from the law. Although the law and the prophets bear witness to it, the righteousness of God through faith in Jesus Christ for all who believe. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and are justified by his grace as a gift through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. Our status cannot come from being good enough, but from a gift from Christ. In his great book for the new year, and all about getting organized, it's called What's Best Next by Matt Perman. He has a myth that says we will have peace of mind if we can get everything under our control. The problem with this idea, he writes, is simply it doesn't work. It's not possible to have everything under control, and so the quest to base our peace of mind on our ability to control everything is futile. Our peace of mind must be based on the gospel, and that is what satisfies us. If you're not a Christian, then you need the status that God alone can offer in the good things that Jesus Christ has done, and trust that the peace that comes from him succeeding where we fail.